Hi, in this video, we're going to introduce TCP packet loss and retransmission. Okay, so this is without selective acknowledgements, which I'm going to talk about in an upcoming video. All right, so the client, let's say, is going to be receiving some segments from the server. Okay, and let's say the server sends segments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this we're going to take a look at what happens when a segment is lost. Okay, the client is going to acknowledge that it got segment 1 with an acknowledgement 2. Now remember, typically we use bytes. It's not segment numbers. We're just using segments here to make it a little bit clearer. But remember that the segment number is actually the first. The number of the sequence number is actually the first byte in the stream, and the acknowledgement number would be the next expected byte, the next byte it expects to receive. Okay, anyway, we're just using segment numbers to keep it easy here. Okay, so it acknowledges 2, but it's also received 3, 4, and 5. So what does it send? Well, without selective acknowledgements, it's going to send duplicate ACKs for 2. It says, I still need 2, I still need 2, I still need 2. The server sees this and says, well, wait a minute, I've sent 1, you received that, but I keep on getting these duplicate ACKs that you're expecting. The next segment you expect, using segment numbers here, is 2. So what it will do is send 2 again, but then it doesn't know that the other segments haven't been received, so it will continue to send those. Okay, we're going to see, and then let's say that they've all been received, that the acknowledgements have been sent, and then it can send the next group of segments. We're going to see that this is done differently in most implementations of TCP because they use an option called SAC, selective acknowledgements. That will be the next video. Well, what happens when an acknowledgement is lost? Well, let's take a look here. Okay, let's say we send a segment. Okay, sending another segment. Now, with each segment, the server, in this case, who is sending the segments and expecting the acknowledgements, sets a timer. It says, I'm only going to wait so long for an acknowledgement, because what happens if you don't get it and you don't acknowledge me or something happens to the acknowledgement? So it sends the segments each time it sets a timer. Okay. The client receives the first segment, acknowledges a 2. Receives the second segment, acknowledgement 3. Receives the third segment, acknowledgement 4. Receives now you notice with each acknowledgement received that the timer has said, oh, okay, the timer can go ahead and be turned off now. We've received that. We didn't time out. So we've gotten the acknowledgements. Okay. Now with this Act 5, let's say this acknowledgement got lost. Okay. Well, at some point that timer is going, after a certain period of time, the timer for that segment is going to expire. I mean, hey, the server's saying I've been expecting an acknowledgement, never received it. Okay. In the meantime, so the server says, okay, wait a minute. That timer expired. I never received the acknowledgement means to me, I don't know if the acknowledgement got lost, but to me, I never received an acknowledgement. So maybe you never received the segment. So it go ahead and sends the segment, and it can go ahead, depending upon the window size, continue to send the rest of the segments, the rest of the bytes in that window. And again, setting the timer, saying I'm only going to wait so long to receive the acknowledgement. Okay, the client receives segment 4. Says, you know what? I've already received segment 4, so I'll send an acknowledgement back to you. But this will be a duplicate acknowledgement because I've already sent it once. Oh, you just sent me segment 6. I'll send an acknowledgement 7 for that as well. Okay, meaning the next one I expect is segment 7. All right, so if an ACK is not received before the timer expires, the segment is resent. This may be due to either the segment sent or the ACK might have been lost, one of those. Okay, hope this helps explain this a little bit better. In the next video, we're going to take a look at selective acknowledgments.